The class of Yoga and Wellness, established in 2018, offers a wide range of academic programs centered yoga, spiritual science, and holistic wellness. Its offering includes specialization in yoga, Ayurveda, yoga education, meditation, spiritual science, and so many wellness therapies. Adapting a multidisciplinary approach, a school empowers the students to delve into the various aspects of spiritual science and wellness while fostering growth and innovation. It also encourages the research, enabling the students to develop a practical models that promote a societal well-being and holistic living. That is the course, or in general, that the glimpse of it. And now we'll, without further ado, let's jump into the today's session. We have Sri Sandeep Mishra. Sandeep Mishra, a seasoned yoga therapy consultant with 14 years of experience, holds a MSc in yoga therapy. His expertise spans asana, pranayama, meditation, and relaxation techniques, which he uses to promote physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Believing in a holistic approach, he tailors personalized yoga program to address the issues like stress, anxiety, chronic pain, and insomnia. With a strong foundation in therapeutic yoga, Sandeep integrates evidence-based practices to help the clients achieve balance and wellness. His dedication has transformed lives by guiding the individuals towards a healthier and more mindful lifestyles. With this introduction, I hand over session to Sandeep Mishra. Over to you.
Hi everyone. Before starting session, everyone please close your eyes for only for 2 minutes. We will do prayer and then we'll start the session. Keep your eyes closed, spine erect, shoulder relax, chin. Slow breathing, slow breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe down, chanting. Oh. Lo Achittasya Pade Navacha Malam Sarirasya Chavadekena Lokavarustam Pravanam Munina Patanjali Pranjalirantu. First slide.
Sugar sharing, or do you want me to share?
Yeah, we can share.
This one, right? You're able to see, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Today we will understand what is a Bahirang Yoga. Some of the participants they know the yoga little bit, or some are know very well also. But today I will explain you how to use Bahirang Yoga in yoga therapy. In Bhairang Yoga, first is Yam. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar. Okay. And after that, Antarang Yoga start. Bhairang Yoga, external yoga. Yam, ethical discipline governed by interaction with external world, creating a moral foundation for the balanced lifestyle. Ahimsa, non-violence. Non-violence with mentally, verbally, and emotionally. Sometimes we are thinking violence means only if you kill someone, that is a violence. And but not this true. Violence, mansa, vacha, karma, all three aspects is very important in non-violence. If you follow non-violence in
Prasanna
your
ji, you are sharing the screen. Yeah. You're sharing the PPT, right?
yeah, okay. Non-violence, if you apply the non-violence, how it's help in your health issue? If you follow non-violence, then you should not anger with any other person. If your anger is not there, then definitely your health will be improved. The Patanjali, all the 8 limbs are related to health. If you go in very deep, Satya, truthfulness. Suppose I visit doctor clinic and I will not tell everything truth to doctor, then it's harm for myself. If I tell doctor I don't have any health issue, just slightly I have headache, then doctor give me only headache medicine. But if I tell truth, my whole case history, if I explain to doctor, if I use this satya, truthfulness, then doctor give me proper medication. This will help in health also. Aste, non-stelling. Non-stelling also you can think as a therapy aspects. If you take any one knowledge or some item without telling them, then you feel guilt inside your soul. That guilt will increase your health issue also. If you think about the all the negativity inside your body create some health issue. Brahmacharya. As per the Indian philosophy, 20 till 25 years you have to follow the brahmacharya. Brahmacharya it help in your increase the memory, sharpness, intellect, everything. And brahmacharya is the power of the whole creation. Aparigraha. Aparigraha reduce the attachment and mental burden. Attachment, aparigraha, because today world everyone wants so many things in their life. Oh, if I earn 1 lakh rupees, then I have to earn 2 lakh rupees. Everyone want more. Ambition is good, but too much attention. If I'm not earning that much amount, then I am unhappy. That will increase bad habits in your life, and you will like you in depression. You start depression, and other people will think you are a greedy person. Then non-possessiveness is very good for you as per the health prospects. Second slide. Niyam, personal discipline focus on inner purification and self-discipline. Swatch, cleanliness. Cleanliness is internal or external both. Mentally purification is a little bit part of the Antarang yoga also, Swatch. If you do meditation, then you're a very pure person and you're a very disciplined person. You achieve your goal in your life. In Swatch, if suppose as a yoga teacher, if 6 or 7 days, if I not take bath, but I teach yoga, I learn yoga, but mentally I am disturbed. Oh, my body is not proper hygiene. I have to maintain hygiene. Then Swatch is related to your health also. If you clean your body, everybody know, if you clean properly your body every day, then definitely you minimize your health problem. Santosh, contentment. In contentment, I will give you one example. One of my sister, she's very contentment girl. Whenever anyone give any gift to her, and so respectfully she received, and she donate any other person. She don't want anything with her. And whenever she donates, she suppose someone donate 500 rupees, she again give to other person 400 rupees. Then nature give us more money. She receive more gift. Whenever you are contentment, the nature start giving you more. You feel gratitude and satisfaction in your life. Tapas, discipline. Whenever you follow tapas in your life, tapas means it's so many, like tapas, whenever you do any work for your family member or for society, this all are tapas. If good politician is there in India or any other world, they are also doing tapas. Only good people, not bad people. And Swadhyay. Swadhyay is related to self-study, encouraging people self-study. Like in yoga, self-study is very important. Teacher telling you learn this thing, but before teacher telling you prepare that chapter, that lesson, that is self-study for you. And self-study, Swadhyay, you can implement in spiritual life also, and personal life, physical, everywhere you can apply this thing, Swadhyay. And health-wise, you can apply Swadhyay. If you go to doctor, before going to doctor, you can understand your daily routine and you explain doctor properly. Ishwar Pranidhan. Yam Niyam, if you follow all 5 or this Niyam also, and continuously you are doing all the work, and suddenly what happened? Somehow result is not positive in your favor, then you surrender to divine energy. Yeah, God, please take care of me. Ishwar Pranidhan. Yeah, next slide. Bahiranga Asana. Okay, this is very important for therapeutic use. Mostly in therapy, we are using very basic asana sets and with modification. Not this type, like Tadasana is not for everyone. Whatever health issue person has, we design according to their health issue. If patient is bedridden, according to their condition, we design. If patient is completely unconscious, then we start with chanting mantra yoga, dhyan yoga, all this. And slowly we start asana also on the bed. And yoga therapy, basic health issue, it's covered by the asana also. Improving mobility and flexibility, balance, nervous system, sustainable pain relief, enhanced mental clarity, emotional stability. Whenever you do forward bending asana, the related to your upper body health issue is covered. Whenever you go backward bend, it's cover your backbone issue mostly. and twist and turn is related to mostly your spinal part. And whatever health issue you have, according to your health issue, we design the yoga asana. In our Vedic Wellness University, whenever you join Vedic Wellness University MSc program, you will learn in depth this therapy program. Next slide. Pranayama. Whenever patients they are not able to do properly yoga also like asana, then we teach them pranayam, mudra pranayam. It's very easy to do mudra pranayam. When I was working in hospital, some patients are very critical. They are not able to move their body and even they are not able to do pranayam also. Then I teach them mudra pranayam with some support like they are not able to do even chin mudra also. Then I apply this sellotape in their hand and they start doing mudra pranayam and slowly they improve their focus and their awareness increased in pranayam. And if suppose patients are not ready to do asana also and pranayam also, then we can use chanting mantra that will help and maybe yoga nidra. Yoga nidra also very good for that. Next slide. Pratyahar. Pratyahar is antaram bahiram yog bridge. Whenever we apply the pratyahar, pratyahar means withdrawal of the senses. Whenever you think you stop all the five senses, then you go in next level is dharana. Pratyahar is very important for the greedy person and those who are very much in stress. They always are want to do something, but they are restless, completely restless and depressed person. For them, Pratyahar is very good. Next slide. Okay, chronic pain, asana, pranayam for the pain relief and relaxation, stress, anxiety, meditation, mindful breathing techniques, depression, niyam, practice, contentment, self-reflection, physical activity, cardiovascular health, gentle asana, pranayam, and improving circulation and reduce hypertension. Respiratory issue, pranayam, techniques like Anulom Vilom and Bhastrika. Hormonal imbalance practice that regulate endocrine system like twisting pose and stress. Yeah, that's it. Anything you want to ask? Or I hand over to Ruchi ma'am.
Now introduced, I'm very happy to introduce Dr. Ruchi Gulati, from whom I learned so many things. It is just the beginning of knowing a spiritual guide and a counselor. As to know about Ruchi Gulati means it's a beginning that we are learning the spiritual guide and a counselor as per her excellence. She is a renewed yoga professional, ex-fashion designer, and she is a senior faculty member associated with various world-renowned yoga institutes across India. She is a founder of Samyukta Yoga, which is flagged off in June 2017. Born and pious from parents with younger siblings, she did her schooling and studies from Mumbai. She has naturally had a flair for the spiritual learning from the noticeably young age and was happy learning and serving her guru at the ashram whenever she could. Moving forward, she developed keen interest in fashion designing and with her commendable and consistent efforts, achieved a tremendous fame in this field and has received various accolades for her contributions. She was selected for Air France Young Designers Competition at Paris in the year 1993. So, hearing from her, because from the fashion designing world to this spiritual world. So, she is the best and happy to hear you, ma'am. Over to you. Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you so much, Thank you for this introduction. Like you just heard, Bahiranga Yoga, from the outer to the inner. Bahir and Anga, when we join two things, Bahir is what? The outer you. And Antar means the inner you. Everything that is happening outside your body, which is absorbed by your body, which is absorbed by your mind, which is absorbed by your senses, and which is processed on the outer side. So, moving from that Bahir Ang to the Antar Ang. Antar means within. They say the whole world, as much it's outside, it is inside you, within you. Whatever exists outside exists within you. The world within you is so beautiful that once you start getting to know yourself, you no longer have the need to see anything what is happening outside. So that is the beautiful journey of Bahirang to Antarang. Just like, we heard from Sandeep ji about the Yam Niyam Asan, how the Yam and Niyams go, how the Asan goes, how the Pranayam goes. You are practicing with the outside world. Yoga is a beautiful subject, students. Yoga is a journey from the known to the unknown. And from that unknown, you get to know which already exists. So, deep within your Bahirang and deep within your Antarang, that thread and that connect is so powerful. If you don't practice the outer, the Bahirang, you are never going to be able to move inside. And it is not that. Many of you might have practiced Bahirang, maybe not in this life, maybe in some previous life. Maybe you have already witnessed it, maybe you have been through it. Not every practitioner practices asanas necessarily. Not every realized soul has to go through the Parvatasana or the, Surya Namaskar. But if you are here in this journey, maybe you might not have to go through an entire journey of asana pranayam, but you have to go through so that you know that yes, to get that, I would say, to reinstate, to realize, reconnect once again with your body. Because the soul is inside, right? It is in this body. It is deep in this body. So the connect from the body to the mind, to the soul is the wholesome yoga, what I would call it, right? And Antarang is a journey which comprises of the subtle aspects of yoga. If you are practicing physical asanas, Antarang will tell you about the bhavas of the asanas. Asanas with bhavas, with attributes, with qualities. If you are practicing a physical chanting of the mantra, the Antarang will tell you how the mantra works on your internal self. You recite, for example, you pick up any mantra, you recite. That mantra recitation is done on the Bahirang. If you pick up a mantra, Om, 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 but internally how it's creating that inside, that is Antarang. So the grosser aspect of yoga, which is already happening outside, there is a very, very deep and a subtle change happening within you. And the deep and the subtle change is your Antarang. I will come to the Antarang, but understanding what is Antarang. Everything that you perform outside has a deep, connection inside. So when you say I am practicing chakras outside, or I am practicing pranayam outside, or I am chanting mantra, or I am doing some ritual practice outside, or I am doing Surya Namaskar, well, everything that you have done on a physical level on the Bahirang is going subtly to your Antaranga. How? The asana practices are going to work internally on your organs, thereby giving you a feeling, so your physiological level starts to work, and then deep within, with every forward bend, with every backward bend, there is a attribute which is cultivated. Oh, I'm bending forward. I'm creating more humility within me. Oh, I'm twisting my body, right? Every movement of my body is cultivating an inner journey. It is cultivating an inner bhava. Bhava. The word is bhava. So every asana practice is making me into a different individual. Every mantra chanting is creating ripples inside and taking me one step closer to myself, to my inner self. After the realization of withdrawal of your senses, see, Bahirang, you understood. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam. Pratyahar, when you say pratyahar, right? When you say the word ahar, when you use, not necessary the gross food that you eat, not necessary. Ahar can be all the ahar through your five senses. So when you are using that as a withdrawal to see inside, what are you envisioning? I am envisioning what is happening within my body. I am envisioning what my mind is doing. I am envisioning what my inner taste is like. Actually, I am just eating. I don't develop a outer, I don't have an inner taste for it. Then why are you eating? My tongue has a taste, but my inner liking is for something else. When you have a withdrawal of your five senses, you realize what actually you are doing on the outer side is not who you are. It's a beautiful understanding, and open up your, I would say, the beautiful parachutes of your mind to realize this. Actually, I don't want to speak this. Sometimes they say, I didn't want to speak because my internal, self said to say something completely different. I don't know why I spoke. Maybe I got carried away with the mind. Maybe I got carried away by the ego. Maybe I got carried away by the reaction, or not the response rather, and so on. So when you withdraw your senses, you move into the inner journey, and that withdrawing is a very beautiful part. Pratyahar is said to be a beautiful bridge with your outer and your inner self. So your Bahirang and Antarang has a beautiful bridge known as bridges which builds the two together, which brings the two together, right? That is your Pratyahar. Then comes your Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Each time you practice Dharana, each time you practice intense concentration, it takes you into the journey of yourself inside. See, when we say all yoga begins from your life at where you are, all the practices that you are doing are based on the Vedas. Vedic, when we say Vedic Wellness University, word Ved, root word vid is to know about yourself. From the time you wake up in the morning till the time you go to bed, from the time you are born till the time you leave this body, is all Ved. You think what you do in the morning, waking up, having warm water, practicing cleansing of your teeth or your gums, or if everything is in the Ved. The Ved Shastra has a entire, it is given the way to live your life, what to do, to lead a wholesome life, what to practice. This is practicing for your physical self. This is practicing for your mental self. This you need to practice for your intellectual self. The holistic approach is where you are practicing all aspects of your life. Are you steady and saksham to practice asanas? Brilliant. Are you ready? And every morning when you are practicing having warm water, or getting ready, or eating your breakfast, you are doing your nitya karma. Karma is also a part of our Vedas. You are practicing your nitya karma. Oh, that doesn't come under action. It comes under nitya karma. You need to do that. Today you need to do that for your mouth, oral hygiene, dental hygiene. You need to practice for your physical hygiene. You need to practice for your mental hygiene. Then there is your intellectual hygiene. People are very intelligent, but intellectual people also make destruction. Your entire hygiene is very important. You being intelligent is not alone enough. You being mindful is not alone enough. It has to be channelized into a beautiful way. You are intelligent, but do you also have the wisdom to channelize that intellect? You are smart, but do you also have that direction to move into, which is elevating your consciousness? This is based on the entire is based on the Vedas. So when we say Antaranga, practicing from A to Z, practicing from 1 to infinity, that is Ved, right? Everything that you do, whatever you are doing on your, if you're going to work, does that come under Veda? Yes, that comes under Dharma. It is your innate duty to go to work. Oh no, I don't like to work because no. Your duty is to go and do what is being assigned to you. Artha. Your duty is to go and bring in the artha which is connected with your dharma. It has to, that base has to be your dharma. So Purusharth also comes under Ved. If they say, oh, you have to be socially interactive, yes, because you have to have your relationships around you are also based on your entire being. Every relationship around you that you have will affect your entire being. How socially interactive and connected you are in your society where you live will make you your entire being strong. That is why human beings cannot survive if they are lonely. We saw the effects of that in COVID, right? A human being is a social animal. Interacting, having that absolute connect required. So socially, economically, physically, mentally, emotionally also not being explosive but being expressive is in the Vedas. You don't have to emotionally create an explosion every time, but if you bottle up your emotions, they are going to explode. So expression is also required. If the expression is suppressed, thereby it causes ailments and diseases. Antaranga means understanding what my internal being is cultivating from the outer. What it is cultivating from my outer actions. If I am practicing an action of, say for example, my job is daily to churn. I am churning. Every day my job is to churn butter. Hypothetically. The physical act of churning is happening, so it is giving me exercise. But that physical act of churning is creating ripples in my mind also of churning. This is how my physical act begins to affect or be absorbed. So every karma that you take, every action that you take, every mantra that you chant, every asana that you practice has a beautiful, subtle inner antaranga effect. That is why we say when you chant, when you recite mantra, oh, it's just on the outside. No. Nothing that you do outside is not going to be absorbed within. Because obviously the surroundings that you are in, will it affect? Absolutely. If you are all the time going to be listening to chants, listening to mantras, it will affect your subconscious mind and thereby your antaranga. It will start soothing the delta waves, and the effect of the chanting of the beautiful hymns and mantras will in the end, towards the end, create that within you. But if you are hearing all, language which is not meant for, or you are listening to gossip, or you are listening to constant, bad behavior or whatever, which is not meant for the mind, of course it's going to affect. Antaranga In yoga, when we have yam, niyam, asana, pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Dharan, which is absorbing, dha. So that absorbing is elevating, intense concentration, taking you into dhyana, meditation. Dhyan is a state, sthiti. It is effortless. When we say doing meditation, no, practicing meditation, which means we do dharana and meditation happens. Meditation has to be, it is a sthiti. Because it is a sthiti, it is a state, you are not going towards it. It is just happening effortlessly. It just happens. If you force yourself into meditation, it's going to take your mind into a different direction. But yes, if you leave it, it becomes effortless. You are listening, you are hearing right now, and you are breathing also. Everybody, each one of you is, having the breath. Breath is very calm right now. Now that I told you, your attention has gone on to the breath. So the breath has become conscious and you are becoming conscious of the breathing. So when I tell you, now breathe in deep and breathe out deep. Now again breathe in deep and breathe out deep. When I am asking you to breathe in deep and breathe out deep, you are focusing on that breathing. But before that, the listening was so strong that the breath was already happening deep and it was subtle, effortless. Similarly, when your mind is focused, you have concentrated, but after a point, that concentration gets so deeply absorbed, it has become effortless. That is dhyana. That dhyan, after a point, it becomes longer and longer and longer, taking you into samadhi. So that's my take on antaranga. It is a beautiful journey where we understand all the bases of bahirang, antarang, the connection of the antarang to the Vedas. Also, antarang students, there are so many topics which we can go on and on, but one very beautiful reality of antarang is also chakras. Just like you have a mind which is not physiologically present or seen upon the dissection or the cutting up of your skull, only the gross brain is seen. The intellect, the mind, the vivek buddhi are not mentioned or seen, but they are present. Similarly, when the spine is cut or dissected and you trying to see, oh, this is your vertebrae, this is your lumbar, you cannot see your chakras, but chakras do exist. Chakras are subtle energy centers, and chakras are present. From my experience, I tell you, yes, chakras are there. Do chakras feel the energy or they give out energy? Absolutely. Because the nadis which are present at the chakras, they carry pran. Pran is very powerful. And yes, chakras are present. They run along the spine. They are present. They do distribute energies to different centers or organs present, and they are blocked. Severely blocked. Human beings that we are. If we didn't have emotions, we wouldn't be human beings. Because we are human beings, we are full of emotions. Now, managing those emotions becomes challenging. I wouldn't say difficult, but pretty challenging. But because over a period of time, we are unaware, those energy centers are covered with emotions. Just like your light bulb at home, when it is covered with dust, it does not give as much light. But when you clean the dust, how brightly it shines. Similarly, those layers of emotions do not let the energy centers operate well. Hence, the diseases in the surrounding areas. It's a beautiful journey of chakras as well, which is also, a part of this wonderful course, and understanding every aspect of your antaranga. What is happening at your subtler and subtlest level. is very much there. So thank you. If any questions, please do feel free to ask. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now,
So
session is
Ruchiji,
open.
if you can also touch base on a little bit of spiritual healing and how it helps to uplift spiritual growth, because that is the objective of also like how we handle the inner yoga, like on what basis, like people want to know, understand how it will help in their spiritual journey. So there is some part of spiritual healing also which will actually help us in spiritual upliftment and growth. So can you little bit touch base on that? And what are the tools we can use for spiritual growth?
Yes, so spiritual. So when we use the word spiritual, we connect with our soul. Physical with the body, mental with the mind, intellectual with the intellect, and emotional with the emotions, and intellectual and spiritual with the soul. What are the tools which connect you? Of course, from your outer to the inner, the journeys from the outer to the inner. And what are those which connect you to your soul? There are various mediums which connect you to your deep soul. Those who are practitioners of chants, those who are practitioners of ritualistic, daily rituals, practicing chanting, mantras, recitation, all those practices ultimately connect you. When I say about connecting yourself and being soulfully connected to yourself, idol worship, yes, ultimately the qualities of the idol move into you. So in Jnana Yoga there is an entire Navadha Bhakti which speaks on how one can connect with the idol through Bhakti Yoga. So when we say spiritually, yes, spiritually you can be completely at a stage and a phase where you are devoted, and then you are feeling the intense spirituality. The attitude of surrender comes in when you are completely surrendered to the God. The word spiritual means atmiya. When one says I am connected, or I feel the spiritual connect, or I want to be spiritually connected, which means you have to let go of all inhibitions. There has to be no ego. When there is no ego, you can feel free like a bird. And when there is no ego, when you have released everything. And when can you release? When you can surrender. When can you surrender? When you are able to connect. And what is that mode or the medium to connect? Anything that you have your faith in, Shraddha. So from Shraddha, from that faith, you can chant any mantra, but that faith has to be there. You can eat any medicine, right? Any medicine is there, but you have to have the belief in the doctor. This is the doctor who has given you this, or maybe this is the naturopathy medicine, eat, okay. This is the homeopathy medicine, eat, okay. This is the Ayurveda medicine. Your belief and your faith in that medicine is going to work better when you have that intent that yes, I am taking this Ayurveda, it's going to work. Similarly, your Shraddha, your faith in whatever you are chanting, in whatever you are practicing, is going to help you surrender. First and foremost, your faith in it. Whether you do all practices which are connected from the physical to your soulful level. Every practice that you do healing, you do soulful healing, you do yoga nidra practices, you do chakra dharana, you do mantra sadhana, you practice. So there are so many different practices. Provided your faith has to be there. You have to have, I'm just practicing yoga nidra, but I don't have faith. No, there has to be faith. The faith has to be in the person who is teaching you. As a guru, you have to develop that faith. The faith has to be there if you are worshipping an idol. Faith is very important. And without faith, you are unable to connect with your soul, because it will be a very superficial journey. even a chanting of a simple mantra. If you are chanting a mantra, that chanting also has to be with a belief and a faith that yes, it is cleansing my inner journey. It is cleansing my inner being is being completely cleansed. As the words coming out from my mouth are definitely, vibrating the atmosphere and the surroundings around me, it is definitely cleansing my being also. So that is the spiritual side where you feel connected. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Ruchiji. I just wanted to explain how we are conducting this course, how we connect the spiritual science, and like how the audience um, has the insight about yoga and spiritual science course. So I just wanted to touch base on that. Yeah, thank you.